Just think of some of the things they've spent money on. Do you know that in the last 13 years, they have spent £1 billion on tackling truancy? And yet today, 67,000 children play truant every day, way more than it was 13 years ago. So our idea of the big society, I think we can demonstrate, is about making things better without just spending more money. But there's something else about it too. We want to put people in the driving seat. We want to make sure people have power and control over their lives. We want to say to people in the public sector, if you want to set up a co-op so you're your own boss, go ahead and do it. We want to say to communities, if there's a service shutting down, the last pub in the village is going, the post office is being closed, you should have the community right to buy that and to run it. We want to say to people, if you're not happy with what your local council's doing and they're putting up your council tax too fast, you should have a referendum to stop that council tax rise. We want to say to people, if you're not happy with your member of parliament, if they break rules in parliament, you shouldn't have to wait till a general election before throwing them out. You should have the power to throw them out now. This is an agenda of giving people power and control over their lives. Be your own boss. Help set up a new school. Veto your council tax. Elect your police commissioner. Buy services and run them as a community for the good of all. It's an agenda that I think our whole country will respond to. And we're going to have a big fight in this election. There's no doubt about it. It is going to be a tough fight. It is going to be a close fight. But it's a fight I really believe we can win. And for this reason, the Labour Party have got nothing positive to say. What is their big idea? What is their big thought for the future? There isn't one. It was all about spending money, and the money's gone. So what are they doing now? They're just trying to frighten people. They're trying to frighten young mothers by saying if the Tories get in, there won't be Sure Start. That is a lie, because we want Sure Start and we want to expand Sure Start. They're trying to frighten older people. You've seen the leaflets. I've seen the leaflets. The ones that go out and say if the Tories get in, you'll lose your free bus pass, you'll lose your winter fuel allowance, you'll lose your pension credit, you'll lose your free TV licence. Well, Gordon Brown, let me tell you directly, those claims are lies. Those benefits are safe with a Conservative government. It's a personal promise from me. And I want everyone in this room to nail that lie whenever you hear it. So, my friends, we have just 3 weeks to go to win this election, this historic general election. This is an election that's not just important for all the people here who are all of voting age. It's an important election for all of the children in our country, for babies just born, babies unborn, because of the debts that we're going to have to pay down, because of the social breakdown we want to sort out, because of the broken political system we have to mend. And let's recognise just how angry our fellow countrymen and women are about what happened in Parliament over these last 5 years. The expenses scandal, I hear everywhere I go in our country, the bubbling anger that people feel. They paid their taxes and they saw MPs waste that money on a gravy train that got out of control. And we should be the ones that say, yes, we told MPs to pay back money. Yes, we issued a public apology before the other parties. Yes, we set out all the ways we're going to clean up the system. Yes, we're going to make sure that these perks and privileges end. And yes, we're going to make everything transparent. But we should say to the British people, we're going to do something else as well. We're going to cut the cost of politics as a way of apologising to you and making it more efficient for the future. So we're going to cut the size of the House of Commons by 5%. 10%. We're going to freeze ministers' pay. We're going to cut ministers' pay by 5% and freeze it for a parliament. We're going to cut the size of Whitehall by 1/3. We're going to make sure those quangos are slimmed down and we save people's money so people can look at their politics and feel proud again of where they are represented. But my friends, above all, I want you to think of this. as we go into this vital period in this election campaign. We're not just fighting to get rid of a Labour government that is exhausted and tired and negative and run out of ideas. We're not fighting this election just to get rid of a Prime Minister who I think has repeatedly shown that he doesn't have what it takes to do the job. We're not fighting this election just to replace one team of politicians with another team of politicians, one set of policies with another set of policies. We are fighting this election because we've got a big vision about what government should be about, what our country should be about, what society should be about. Not big state, but big society. Not thinking politicians have got all the answers, but recognizing real change comes when we all recognize we're in this together. Not asking, what can my government do for me, but asking what I can do for my country, for my family, for my community. Let that be the modern cry of the modern Conservative Party. It stretches deep back into our roots from Sir Robert Peel onwards, but it's a modern message about how we make our country stronger, we make our society bigger, we solve the problems that we know that we have, we do it together, and we lead our country in this exciting mission for the future. Thank you very much.